I'm not 21. It's an old mug. Hello, this is 17 Grub. Wait, I forgot my intro. I hit my head and got a concussion, and now I make Minecraft YouTube videos. On this channel, we love tea and we love Minecraft. So let's drink tea and play Minecraft. It's good tea. Got a new cup of tea. It's a bit hot. Right, so we need to get more things to grow. So carrots, potatoes, any of those. My plan is let's grab our emeralds, which are not in there. Where are our emeralds? Do I not have any emeralds? Huh. I really thought I did. Okay. In which case, our plan is to... let's just head to the village and see if we can get anything from there. I probably said it loads of times that I quite like building in like plains, just because it's flat and it's easier. I quite like deserts as well. Just these mountains, they look so pretty, but they're so tedious to move around on and to terrain. So just make it efficient. But I feel like once it's done, like I just need to add a load of ways to get around. I'm going to make a bridge straight from my hill to the village at some point. Quite a big bridge. Just stairs everywhere, just so I can just run everywhere. I don't have to keep bouncing around. Gollum, you are not doing well. Hello. You want wheat. I don't have any wheat. I can get some wheat. Wait, what do you sell? Bread. That's not helpful, but wheat will be helpful. I'm going to take your hay bales. It's not like you guys ever use them. They just sit here, taking up space. And then I can use them to decorate my animal pen. Hey, bunny. Where did you go? Friend, where did you go? Have you abandoned me? Is it getting late? Are you inside? I know leather boots stop you from falling into the snow, but is it only leather boots? Or like, can I be fine with my iron boots? I just tend to avoid the snow, so it's not really an issue I come across. As part of making all of my farms, I am also going to plant a load of trees. But that is not right now. Right now, we are getting plants. And then once we've got plants, we can breed some animals. Okay. Hello, friend. Trade you some emeralds. Oh, no. I didn't see them. I didn't want to fight. I was just thinking there was nothing there and I could just climb my way. Climb my way? I could just light my way around it a bit. I'd like to go exploring that cave at some point, and I want to light up the entrance. Yay, iron. There are so few villagers here. Makes me worry for their health. I think, where else can I get some carrots? I want some carrots. Ow. Some like pillar formations here. Looks almost man-made. This would be a cool location for like a manor house. Like where those pillars are being the like edges of the build, and this being like the front, and it could be kind of cool. I'm lighting it up so I remember that I had an idea here. Lighting up like little light bulbs, just reminding me that I had some idea, but it's a bit like the remember all is like, doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to remember what the idea was, but there'll be a recording of it, so I can always go back and check. Useful. dude. Hey. This is all very pretty, but none of it is providing me with carrots or potatoes. I can't believe I travelled that far and went to that many villages and ended up with no carrots or potatoes. I think I did have some and I just ate them. Oh, cool. Start growing some bamboo. Okay, well, it looks like we won't be able to get pigs yet until we find something that we can farm and trade and breed them with, but it'll turn up. Like, I'll be in a cave and I'll find a mob spawner and there'll be a couple carrots, or there'll be another village and there'll be some potatoes, or something. Something will turn up. Next, what I'm going to do is plant some trees while I wait for my wheat to grow. So if I do this, I can put some wheat down for them to eat, and I will add an extra one there. I might have to just not do that because I don't want them to be able to jump over here, and that's another way that I've had them escape before. What I'll do here is add some extra fencing. I really want a little bit of extra height. And then they're just going to escape. Oh, I know what I'll do. I don't think they can get through this, but I think chicken's good. I don't think anything else can. And the babies might be able to. What a perfect opportunity for my potential new favourite building block. And then hopefully this will go blue. And that'll look a bit better. Bluey, greeny, turquoisey colour. Yeah, I quite like that. And then we need a little canopy. Shears. Let's go find some sheep. And I don't need to apologise to them this time because I'm not going to kill them. I'm just going to steal their wool. Hello, friend. Hello, friend. Yoink. Are we friends? Are we friends? Are we friends? Awesome. Oh wait, this village is closer than the other village. Can I get carrots? Okay, I need some food. I'm gonna just loot this place. I don't think I've been here before. Nope. You guys have so few chests. Hang on. Oh, awesome. To be fair, actually, I think you guys just replant it if I take all these. I'm just going to take all these. No, I feel mean. What would you like to trade? Carrots. I don't have any carrots. Do you have any carrots I can steal, though, on that note? I love this. This is just adorable. I don't remember this ever spawning in villages in the past. I have seen this before, but I don't remember it being a thing years ago. It's like they have like a holy tree. What's wrong with worshipping a tree? Nothing. There's nothing wrong with worshipping a tree. Worship whatever you like. But like my realm at the moment, we're currently having, we have a little like community, council, which is just everyone in the realm. for the main central area, and we are voting on a few things, including who's going to be mayor, and we're also voting on what religion our little society is going to be our primary religion. So I said we should worship the circle. Somebody else wants us to be to have Jediism as our Minecraft Realms primary religion. Personally, I am in real life Catholic, but I'm not a strict Catholic. It's very much a case of like I was raised that way. I enjoy some of the practices, but it is not a big part of my life. I did used to follow the some of the stricter rules, like not eating meat on a Friday. They only have fish. But I don't follow it anymore purely because I kept forgetting. Hey guys, I'd rather you don't set me on fire. It's very annoying. I just kept forgetting, so I kept getting to like 4 p.m. on a Friday, and I'd be thinking about like dinner, and I'd go, oh, I can't eat meat because it's Friday, and someone else would go, didn't you have a ham sandwich for lunch? And I'm like, yep, yes I did. And it just, like, I wasn't doing it, so what was the point in continuing to try doing it? My philosophy is, if I'm trying to be a good person in the world and I treat people with respect and kindness, and God is angry at me for something that is objectively stupid, it's not the God I want to follow. I went to a church a few times where they were like, you have to convert your friends or you're damning them to a life of hell, to a eternity of hell. My friends are, at the time especially, was a huge variety. I had friends who were Muslim, friends who were Jewish, friends who were other types of Christian, friends who were... This church I was going to wasn't Catholic, because Catholic actually doesn't tend to be that strict on evangelism. You don't really get like Catholics trying to convert you to Catholicism. But I had friends who were like specific types of Christianity. I had friends who were atheist and hardcore atheist. And I was like, I'm not going to go around trying to convert them. I'm going to try and work out, because I'm never going to tell you how old I am. Obviously, if any of my friends are watching, they know how old I am, but I just feel like it's funnier to not say. A lady never reveals her age. Not that I'm a lady. I'd make a terrible lady. I would just be uncouth and silly all the time. Okay. It'll be quite soon that I want to get into some of the more like, refined, some of the more like quality of life stuff. Like if I get a fishing spot, then that's sort of safe. I like a fishing spot that sort of looks over the water, so I can fish and not be at any risk of being shot by a skeleton or attacked by a creeper, and I can just fish without thinking about it all through the night. A fishing spot is probably one of those things I usually make really early in a world, because I just love fishing through the night when it's raining. I don't really have any immediate plans to do things like live streams, but I think if I ever did, it would be stuff like fishing or mining. Just chill stuff that I can do while chatting, and I don't really need to think too much about it. So fishing spot is definitely going to be something I'll make in the next few weeks. But I need to get basics, and I think farming, that's kind of today, is just getting the basics done, so that I have a nice little home with all of my like necessary resources. Let's go to sleep. We've got our potatoes, we've got wheat, we've got somewhere to put some animals, and I will make a second one, but maybe not today. One more. I don't need to be killed. It's because I have shears. You, on the other hand, you do need to be killed. You're making this very convenient for me. Cool. I'm either going to use up here to plant all the trees and just not really care that they look odd. Just plant a load of trees of different kinds. Or, oh, nearly fell onto my plants. Or find somewhere where I feel like it does actually look nice. I feel like that could come out a bit further. Yeah, I'm going to bring it out a bit more so they've got some actual shelter, but I'll just shear sheep as I go. I do think the option I'm going to err towards, just for convenience's sake, is planting the trees I want to use a lot of up at the top here where all the cherry trees are. Because I don't think I'm actually going to look at it all that much, because it's sort of above everything. I'll run past where all these cherry trees are. And then as I go exploring and I find more trees, I will just expand the collection. So I'll have one of you here. I can never be bothered to remember which trees need a load of space and which don't. I know birch do, but for the sake of ease, I just make a huge area around all of them. Let's go over here and plant a dark oak. Pale oak. Hey dude, what do you sell? Beetroot seeds. Do you actually want some beetroot seeds? Yes, I will buy those off you. I will buy 2 of you because there is always the risk that the beetroot doesn't give me any more seeds and then I'm seedless. Oops. There we go. And it will spread to whatever plants I decide to plant next. Thank you, friend. Oh, my tea is here. I left it just the tiniest bit too long. It's not cold, but it's just slightly colder than I'd like. Still good though. Bounce. Oh, and you've grown more wool. Thank you. I will take that. I'm quite glad that I've worked out about these copper walls, bars, because something I've decided what I want to do for Halloween is I'm going to make a mob prison. I'm going to collect a load of bad mobs, naughty mobs, and put them in a little jail, and it means I don't need to use a load of iron for that. It seems like just a waste of iron early game. And now we have some seeds as well. Awesome. So wheat. Come on, dude. This way. In here. And now you're trapped. Friend! Ow, head down here. Oh, I left my horse in that village. I got a horse and then just completely abandoned it almost immediately. I will have to go get him. Or her. Or they. I don't know. It's a horse. Hello. I will take your wool. Oh, pig. Come on, pig. Come on, friend. What happened to those dogs? Friend? Friend? Yay, come on, you two. Last episode, and so it was about 2 weeks ago now, for me, because I was on holiday for 2 weeks. So I recorded the first episode and the second episode around the same time, like within a few days of each other. So obviously editing takes a while. I've been really enjoying editing, so it's one of those things I do spend quite a long time going over it and doing it again, because I like getting like nice timings and stuff for silly little jokes and stuff. I've just been absolutely adoring this whole experience, really. I didn't expect to love it this much. I thought, oh, this would be something like silly and funny and, you know, maybe potentially a little bit embarrassing, and then I've just got so into it. So I wasn't planning on making any shorts, but I just kept making like shorts that were just clips of my longer videos all compiled together, because I just thought it was so funny and just enjoyable to put them all into those compilations and then try and make it look good in shorts form, which didn't always work. I'll probably be doing less shorts, but now that I'm not on holiday, because I have access to just making proper videos again, so I'm going to be doing some more longer form videos that are not just my Let's Plays. But also, in this world, I want it all to be on YouTube. I don't want any of this world to be me doing it on my own. Obviously, I do cut a fair amount of sort of less interesting stuff. I don't want too much of the video to just be me silently. I don't want any of this to be just skipped over. So things like if I want to go and collect just a load of wood, or if I just want to go sort of strip mining and it's not going to be a very interesting or exciting episode, what I will do in the short term is just record that footage to use for like talking episodes when I'm not actually playing, because I want to be more focused on a conversation. I didn't intend on it, but this will probably have ended up being a two-parter, because my first episode was over an hour long and my second episode was like 25 minutes, and I thought that 25 minutes was a little short and over an hour was a little long. I think I'm trying to do things the way I would want to see them done. Like, I'm trying to make content that I would want to watch. That's kind of my goal. And then I'm just hoping that other people out there have a similar taste to me, so I can get a little community going. I don't plan on having a large following, but just like, you know, people I can chat to who can tell me what to do in my next video, people who can give me ideas, people who can... I feel like I like the idea of this world growing with the community and people having a say in what's happening in it. So yeah, don't ever feel like, I don't know, I think it's really early in my channel and I don't have many people. I know some people have said that they've enjoyed my videos, and I have quite a few comments considering how few views I have, and I really enjoy that. I love that people are getting involved, because that's exactly what I want. But if you're watching and you think, oh, she doesn't care what I have to say, or doesn't care, but it's not true. I absolutely, like, the reason I'm doing this is not because I'm like, oh, I think people will really enjoy what I'm, like, just watching me play a game. I want that community, I want that engagement in the comment section and potentially in my community hub, just seeing what people have to say and what they want to see from me. And so absolutely tell me, like, what you think would look best, or something you don't like, or something you do like about what I'm doing on my world, and I will definitely take it into consideration. But I'm making content that I think I would enjoy watching, is my plan. And I think between 30 and 50 minutes is like ideal, because you can put it in the background, listen, or watch it while, you know, you're like drifting off. I watch a lot of videos while I'm falling asleep. Just the noise, if nothing else, helps me sleep. Like a white noise machine, but videos. Quite often Minecraft, but then also quite often other video game content. I do like quite a few video games. Skyrim is, I think, was the first video game I genuinely fell in love with. I had already been playing Minecraft, but I hadn't fallen in love with it yet. And then I started playing Skyrim. And then when I was playing Skyrim, I just adored it. As soon as I worked out how to kill a wolf, because I did spend a decent amount of time just rage quitting because I couldn't kill the wolves that would attack you on the way to Riften, and that was like a good year of my life just being like, this game is stupid and I don't want to keep dying. And then I got to the point where I was like, okay, well, I will just run to Riften and be a huge pansy and kill and then just steal. So I would get a job. I would chop down wood and sell it to the barkeep in Whiterun and say that I was having a job. I should be able to get through here. Say that I had a job, like as a lumberjack, but then I would also steal stuff. Like I would be like, oh well, you know, I am making money from this lumberjack job, but I'm gonna steal some things, and then I would get bandits coming after me, and sometimes from friends where it'd be like, then you'd kill the bandits, and the note would be like, oh, can you attack them because they've been stealing from me? And then the note was from like your best mate who you've really like bonded with in the game, and I'm like, it's just rude. And I would get to a certain level and I swore down that it was impossible to win. Like there was no way at all to defeat these enemies. And it just wasn't the case at all. I definitely could have killed them if I was better at the game. But I swore they were like impossible and they'd kill me every time. And I'd always get to about level 12 and then I would have some bandits come after me and they would kill me. And they'd chase me through the streets in the city and they'd take me down. And I kind of just gave up. And it took me a while to realise like they were coming after me because I was stealing. And they actually weren't impossible. Because I was spending all my time lumberjacking and leveling up by stealing and chatting to people, I had no combat skills whatsoever. So I had to get better at combat. And then, of course, Stealth Archer is to this day my favourite way to play Skyrim. I think we've done everything. I'm just sort of rambling at this point. We've done everything that I wanted to do this episode. Planted all the things, got some animals. Oh, I want some cows, but I haven't seen them recently. Oh, cows and chickens. Okay, I will continue rambling while I find some cows and chickens. Where is the wheat? Did I use it all? So I still play Civilization 5, same with Sims 3. I've heard Sims 2 is like the best, but I didn't grow up with Sims 2. Sims 3 came out when I was 12-ish, around that age, and I asked for it because I've been watching some YouTubers play it. I don't remember who. I think it was... It was someone who I haven't thought about in years. Her Sims would be super pretty, but it'd just be little like romance stories, which weren't actual romance stories. They were like her playing the game, but her like way of playing the game is she would make her, and she would, well, not her, but she would make a female sim and then a male sim that lived in a different house, and then the overall goal of the series would be them getting together and having kids and getting married, and it would just be very wholesome. And I asked for Sims for Christmas, and they got me Xbox Sims, which wasn't what I wanted, because I've always been a PC. Like, I grew up having an Xbox, but I pretty much just played games with my brothers on Xbox, and I played games on my own on my computer. Come on, friends. And so I wanted it on the computer, and they found that out a few weeks before Christmas, and Panic bought me the proper one, the PC one. Because the Xbox and the PC one were quite different in, like, the way you played them, and how cheaty you could be. And then they gave the Xbox one to my brother. And my dad played it quite a bit that Christmas. It was quite funny watching him play this game with no idea how to do it. And he's always like played video games. My dad is kind of the person who introduced me to gaming. He'd never call himself a gamer, but I just have so many core memories of him playing Hitman Blood Money and Civilization 5 with me. This game called Commander's Attack of the Genos, which he is still obsessed with to this day, and I have literally never met a second person in my life who's heard of it. It is such a niche, like, cheap Xbox game, but he has just always adored it. How have I got lost? Where is my home? Why is it vanished? Where am I? I'm just going further and further in the wrong direction. Come on, gals. Minecraft I fell in love with a few years after I started playing it, but in creative mode, because I hated it. Was, I think, probably around when creative mode became a thing. I did not enjoy playing with mobs. They scared me. But peaceful mode felt like a cop out, which I know is not true. Like, people play on peaceful mode and it's absolutely valid, I guess. But I wanted to play the proper game, and I discovered creative mode, and I just loved that. It was like a different type of game, but in the same sandbox world. And I made a huge sky city. It was huge for me. Like, I was really, really bad at building. I'm not great now, but I was much worse. I was new to the game, and my castle was made entirely out of diamonds, just floating in the sky. And all my villagers, I kept spawning villagers, and they kept falling off the world. And it was quite cute. But then one day I went to go on the Xbox to play it, because it was Minecraft on the Xbox at the time. It was the only way I had it. And not just my world, but everything had been deleted. Like, everything Minecraft related on all me and my brother's accounts was all just gone. It was just wiped, and there was no way to get it back. And I think even at the time, even if I'd known about backing up, I wouldn't have known how to on Xbox. So I just lost all of that, and I rage quit, and I just didn't touch Minecraft again for years. And by the time I played it again, when I was like in my mid-late teenage years, I I'd started playing more games that involved combat, and so I wasn't scared of mobs in the same way anymore. And I now just play it on survival. And I do still think creative is really fun, and I think especially like sometimes when there's a build I want to make that's quite difficult, and like I'm like, I want to make this building, but I don't know how it's going to look good, and I don't know what blocks to use. I don't want to go through survival finding all the different blocks that I could possibly find, trying to work out what works and what doesn't, and going, oh well, that didn't work, so I'm going to go and find more blocks to test out. If I go in creative mode, I can literally just put a palette together, change the palette as I go, decide what I want, what I don't want, and it's not a hassle at all. And then I can go into my survival world knowing exactly what palette I want. Like, I don't necessarily need to build the exact build in creative mode to make it perfect. Like, I'll quite often have like just the front and then like parts of the side, so I can just get a gist for how it will look, and not actually finish the build. But I know what does and doesn't work by that point, ish, within reason. But then I can build it in survival. But I feel like in survival I get so much more of a sense of accomplishment, because I've really worked hard to get all those blocks. And you also end up building some really interesting things in survival, because you get situations like you have a load of leftover blocks, like a load of cobblestone and a load of this and that, and you're like, oh well, I want a little building really quickly to just do this function for me. Like, I just want a building that I can do this hobby in, or a building where I can, or just like I want to turn this for water, like permanent water source, infinite water source, into an actual well, and you just use the blocks that you have. And I like that part of survival. Also, I like fishing, and I like mining, and I like exploring, and all of it has much more meaning when you actually need to survive, and those resources are more valuable because you can't just spawn them in. Add a chicken, yes, okay, we only need one chicken, so let's head back. So I do still use creative mode, I do still like it, and I think especially if you're someone who building is the main part of the game, creative mode absolutely would be like a huge benefit, bonus. Like, you might prefer creative to, I know some people who only play Minecraft on creative. Not personally, but I know they exist. I just love the sense of achievement of working really hard in survival, and I love the survival aspect. I love working to keep myself alive and slowly building up a nice little set, like, home. It's kind of like building a community on YouTube, which is my goal currently. Like building a community, I want to build a home, like somewhere that's I feel safe and somewhere that can keep expanding and looking a little bit prettier each time I'm like, oh, I'm going to just change this a little bit, I'm going to change this a little bit. So that slow progression is what I'm looking for, and I don't get that from creative, and I don't really get it from peaceful either. And I'd say like, oh, you know, peaceful's not good because you can't like defeat the Ender Dragon, that sort of thing. I don't care about any of that. I would love to defeat the Ender Dragon in this world eventually. It is not going to happen anytime soon. I have actually never defeated the Ender Dragon in a world of mine. I've been in worlds where the Ender Dragon has been defeated, and I've been briefly to the end, but not even really in any meaningful capacity. I've never done it myself. Me and my friends are hopefully going to defeat the Ender Dragon together, so that'll be my first go on my realm, and then at some point I would like to do it in this world, but it's going to be a while before then. So I suppose in that way it's like, I don't care about building well, I don't care about defeating bosses. I kind of just like collecting stuff and doing the simple things like fishing and farming. And no, dude, why are you doing this? No, you guys are so irritating, honestly. Okay, let's get the chicken in. This is why it's good to have a back room. Come on, chicken. Come on. Come on. Yay. Follow me. This way, friend. It is a march of happiness, a parade of friendship. Okay, get out of the way. I'm going to go get that pig back. Pig, where did you go? Where did you escape to? You sneaky bugger. Oh, there you are. Come on. Come on. Into the pen. Good pick. Right, let's get rid of these because they're a little bit of an eyesore. And that's done. So we have our bamboo. Will grow quite cute. Our animals. And I'm going to make another one of these over here at some point, just identical, just slightly off center as well, in the other direction, and then some farms over here. And that gives us a basis from which to thrive. Awesome. I got it right this time. Okay, I want to take my helmet off because I like how my little head looks. It is possible that I have decided to split this into two because I've been recording for a long time. If it is just the one, or this is the second, thank you very much for watching. I've been 17 Grub. Please like and subscribe, leave comments in the comment section saying what you would like to see me do next time or ever, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye. Let's go inside before we get killed.